Good morning, everyone. Bob here, mid-October 2020. A beautiful, beautiful sunny day, about 11 degrees at 10 o'clock in the morning. Welcome to a complete, gentle strength workout with my 10 favorite exercises. Something that all seniors can do and should do every day. I'll tell you when we get to those 10 special exercises, but let's just warm up. So we'll just step touch back and forth and swing our arms. Take it easy. We're just starting to warm up our body so we can do the best we can with all the exercises. Follow along. It's not hard. You've done it before. And remember, I put a new routine, new exercise for seniors routine out every week. So check my YouTube channel. Instead of having music today, I'm just going to let you hear the sounds of my backyard. Yes, my cat Twyla May is on the deck up there watching. She wouldn't miss this for anything. We always exercise with intention. That means we know what we're doing, how to do it properly, and how many reps to do. And we've decided that because we're seniors, we want to improve on our slow twitch muscle fibers throughout our body. And so we want to do at least 10 reps of everything. And not too fast. There's a chickadee. I have all my bird feeders out in the yard here. I'll show you them at the end, filled with seeds, waiting for the winter birds to arrive. Warming up. Trying to warm up all my my major muscle groups in my body before I start the actual workout. And we're almost done the warm-up. Time flies when you're having fun. That's pretty much the warm-up. I'm going to work on my shoulders first. You don't need any equipment yet. Notice my feet, mountain pose position. One foot straight ahead, the other one 45-degree angle, apart a little bit at the heels there. My feet don't move. They're glued to the ground. Little twist. Push with the palm. Shoulders. Exercise daily will improve your immune system so you can fight off any nasty viruses or bacterias that are coming at you. Of course, you have to eat right, avoid all the bad news, keep your stress level down. And this looks pretty simple, but it's tricky because my feet are planted firmly on the ground and I'm in an uncompromised position with my body, so the core muscles are activated, which is good. Still a little bit tricky. Your shoulder is a very complicated ball and socket joint. Lots of muscles, the deltoids and the trapezius and others make that shoulder work. Plus you've got ligaments that hold bone to bone and tendons that hold muscle to bone. You got some bursa in there for cushioning, synovial fluid, and lots of connective tissues. Working the shoulder, pivoting with my feet. That squeak was a chipmunk. Now, one of my favorite first wonderful exercises is to keep my feet shoulder width apart and go up on the balls of my feet as I lift my arms straight up and overhead. Heel raises. #1 favorite exercise. Does all kinds of things. Shoulders, core muscles, leg muscles. You can do it anywhere. Just take your time. Do at least 10. Good work. Another one of my favorite exercises is the shoulder shrug. I'm going to push my shoulders up into my ears, hold it for maybe a 3 to 5 second count, then push my hands into the floor, really push down. And then pull my shoulders forward, almost together at the front, around my back. And then push them back, the shoulder blades, the scapula goes together. 3 to 5 second hold. Let's do it one more time. Shoulder shrug. Neighborhood dog. Good work. Now, if you have a broom handle, maybe a towel, maybe even a garden stick, maybe a garden tool like a rake. So I have a rake here, but a towel will work, or the cord off of your kimono will work. Anyway, hold it really, really, really far apart, stand in neutral, and lift it up over top of your head. Arms straight and down to your belly button. Overhead. Working the shoulders. Another one of my favorite shoulder exercises. And this I call belly button to lumbar spine. Because yes, as we get going here, we're going to go further and further back behind our head. Nice wide grip on whatever you're holding on to that's straight. Sometimes you use a garden pole. You might have seen me in one of my videos doing a garden pole. Now watch from the side. Alright, see how far back I can go, but can I get to my lumbar spine? Maybe not yet. Take it easy. If you have any problems with your shoulders or you don't work them very much, you might just be lifting it up to the top of your head and down. Maybe you'll be lifting it up so your arms are straight up, out and down. But I'm all the way over anyway here. Don't try to show off for anybody. No one cares but you. It takes me a lot of workouts to get to go all the way over to here. Lumbar spine, straight arms. Lumbar spine, straight arms. So I call it the belly button to lumbar spine shoulder exercise. I'll just do one more. Maybe one more. These rakes, they come in handy, yep. Another one of my favorite shoulder exercises is the lemon. You can use a juggling ball. You can use anything you want that you can throw up and catch. So all I'm doing is throwing it up and catching it. The trick here is not to drop it, because if I drop it, I have to get that thing. Where is it? If I drop it and it's down there, I've got to make sure that I get my legs in a nice stable position, wide apart a little bit, lower my hips down, keeping my head up, and reach for it and do a squat. So what you're going to do is throw it up and catch it with one hand, and you're going to do it 10 times, and if you drop it, you're going to start counting again from 1. Once you've done your 10 on that side, switch the other side. I'm just standing here, throwing it up gently and catching it. Working the shoulders. On that side, I haven't dropped it yet. Other side, alternate. Whoa, just throwing it up with my arm and catching it, working my shoulders a little tiny bit, but working all kinds of other things. My balance, my focus. Should be coordinated to do this. Good work. And if you want to make it into a little bit of a challenge, make sure you bend your legs as you catch it. But it is a shoulder exercise. It's called the lemon, and it's part 1, because here comes part 2. Hold on to it, bring it out, palm up, lemon up. The lemon needs lots of sun. Bring it out to the side, behind your head. Make sure it's facing the sun, across the top, swoop underneath, and go back the way you came. Keep the palm facing up. The lemon, part 2. So we warmed up the shoulder for this exercise by gently throwing and catching it. And you might say, no, you got a lot of twisting going on there. So if you can only go to here, or maybe out to here and bring it over your head, and then come back, that's okay. Eventually you'll be able to swoop down, go back the way you came. So the lemon, or the orange, or the apple, but when apples fall and hit the ground, they bruise. And a lemon, you're supposed to squish it and roll it, squeeze it before you cut it open to get the juices going. So here I go. I'm going to go over my head, across here, keep it facing up to the sun, and around. If anything ever hurts, like say it hurt right there, you back off. Back off if it hurts. If it doesn't hurt, that's why if you do it slowly, you can wait and see. Yep, it might hurt there, I'll back off. But if it doesn't hurt, go through the whole thing. Around and reverse. And then there's one more shoulder exercise I want to do. Before we move on to our hips. One more. Good. Okay, the last shoulder exercise, which is really gentle and very simple, is you're standing in the best posture you've got, nice and tall. And your arms are straight and you come out to the side. And then they go all the way over top of your head, keeping them as straight as possible. And then slowly back down to horizontal. And then where you started, vertical. But as we do this, we're going to change our palm. Palms up maybe. Maybe palms down, pushing down. So there's 3 positions. This one, I'm going to make my palms go forward. So for this one, so I'm standing with my arms straight in this position, and then I go out to the side, horizontal, and then I go right over to the top, pencil vertical, back down to horizontal, and then to this. Maybe I'll turn my palms in, see what happens there. Well, that one I can kind of do, but here I can't, not very well anyway. Try it again, do it any way you want with your palms, but let's spread our fingers apart. So my fingers are apart, really, really wide apart, see? And then over my head, and then back down. Anytime you turn your palm like this, you're working your rotator cuff. That's where the ball and socket sits into the scapula hollow up here in your shoulder blade, with all that lubrication going on so you can move it in this direction, that direction, and this direction. Anyway, so when you turn your palms, it works the rotator cuff ball. Always good for your health. So the last one is I'm just going to hold it in each position. So here, I'm going to hold it, arms at my side, and I'm going to come up on the balls of my feet. 3, 2, 1, down. Slowly come up to this one, maybe turn my hands a little bit. Horizontal, up on the balls of my feet. 3, 2, 1. All the way to the top. Up on the balls of my feet, turning my hands. 3, 2, 1. Up on the balls of my feet. 3, 2, 1. 3. Whoops. Balls of my feet. Heels up. 3, 2, 1. Good work. Moving on to the hips, which involves lots of things like balance. So let's start off with our 30-second hold. One leg comes off the ground for 30 seconds. Now, if you think, no, can't do that, I need a chair, I need a cane, I need my rake, I need something to help me. That's okay with me. Just get that foot off the ground and hold it there for 30 seconds. But I'm going to use no props for this because I have been practicing. So remember, to fight the COVID germ, you do wash your hands a lot, I'm sure. You wear your mask. You try to social distance from people as much as possible. It's hard to do on holidays like Thanksgiving, but you have to. And then you want to eat the best foods you can possibly get into your body that are the healthiest for you to increase your immune system. Drink lots and lots of water. Do lots of meditation, stress exercises, which we'll do one today. That's 30 seconds. Other side when you're ready. That'll keep your immune system up and fight the virus away. And you can enjoy the world. The chipmunk songs. The wind. The trees. Got it? That's 30 seconds. Good. Now we're going to, just standing here in neutral, we're going to lift our knee up and push our foot back. Lift the knee up and put it down. So we're going to one foot, knee up, push the foot back, knee up and down. Yes, my leg is bent the whole time. Even at the ankle, it's flexed at the ankle. Up, push it back, up, and down. Yes, you can use a rake or a chair. Up, push it back, up and down. Just stand really tall and don't do it too fast. Working your hips and lots of other things like your core muscles deep inside your body so you don't fall over, especially if you don't use any props. It's about 10, right? And remember, you can do this exercise anywhere you want, anytime. When you're waiting, do this. Switch to this one, up, out, up, down. So I'm looking straight ahead, but my leg is going out to the side. So I'm bending it up, out, up, down. Yes, looking straight ahead. Working the hips and those core muscles deep inside your body. transverse abdominis, multifidi in your back and legs. Diaphragm when you're breathing properly. So I could take a deep breath in and blow out. Take a deep breath in, working the diaphragm, and blow out. One more. Good, and then the last to this hip thing is to take the leg out to the side and go into a little bit of a circle. It's 5 one way. And 5 the other. Don't forget, props, chairs, walls. Sure, if you needed them, use them. It's your workout. Stand up tall. The other way. Good. And then the last hip exercise we're going to do, which is one of my all-time favorite exercises, is legs apart, shoulder width, toes pointing straight ahead. You've got a good grip on the ground there. Feel your feet in the ground. If you've got shoes on, you could take them off. You're in your own house, right? Anyway, I'm going to lower my hips and push back my tailbone and bend at the knees just until I get 90 degrees approximately with my knee joint here, and I'm sitting in a chair that isn't there, and I come back up. So I might as well use my arms and do my shoulders at the same time. Take your time, push on the bottom of your feet. Now my knees go over the middle of my feet. Yep. I don't want them going out too far that way, and I don't want them going in. I want them going over the middle of my feet. It's a squat. I'm always looking straight ahead. If you put your head down, it means you need to do more of these because your legs are weak. You don't have to go all the way down. You can do a mini squat like this. But you don't need to go any further than 90 degrees at the joint. Okay? 3 more. Yes, that was a hip thing, but we're not quite done with the hips. Just stand in neutral here and push one hip out to the side, but keep your body kind of like, don't bend over like this, but you're standing up pretty tall. Push your hip out to the side. 3, 2, 1. Neutral. 3, 2, 1. I don't want the top of my body as much to go like this. I want to just get my hip over there. That's it. Hip thrust to the side. Very slowly, controlled with intention. Best posture. Feet planted. Focus on what you're doing. Forget about the chipmunks. Just one more on each side. Let's move into our knees. Put my feet together. Put my hands on my knees. I'm in a little bit of a squat, see, a little bit of a chair. And I go into circles. Easy does it. Little circles at first, and maybe you can get bigger circles as you go along. Just warming those knees up. We already warmed them up a little bit with those squats, right? We were doing our hips and our knees. when we did the squats. Like we do a lot of these different joints, even the shoulders and the knees at the same time without thinking about it. In fact, speaking of squats, let's just do a mini squat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to my chair or my cane, or maybe nothing, and I'm going to lift one foot off the ground a little bit and put it behind the other one and do a little bit of a squat on this leg here, this supporting leg. That's 3. I'm not going down very far. That's 5 already. Here's 6, 7, 8. Hold on to a wall, a chair, anything you want. Countertop. 10. The most important thing with that is that this knee goes over the middle of your foot. Let's try the other side. So I might look at first to see where my knee is. Oh, that's better, because I think I would have had it too far over to the outside. Mini squat. Stand up tall. You don't bend over for this, just stand up tall. Get that other leg out of the way so you can concentrate on this supporting leg. Just 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Good work, good work. One more knee exercise is the lunge. So I'm going to put one foot back, up on the balls of my feet, and this one's forward. Spread my legs apart a little bit. My upper body is staying vertical. I'm just going to go down with this knee and come back up. Now notice when I go down with this knee here, try to maybe touch the floor or a pillow or something down there, stool, a book or something. When I try to do that, this knee here bends too, and it goes over the middle of my foot. So this one's over the middle, this one's going down trying to touch something, and my upper body is vertical. And if you want to work the arms at the same time to get those shoulders in, don't forget to palm. It means change the position of your palm. The lunge. It's related to the squat. Great exercise for your whole body, core muscles too, especially the knee. I'll just do 10 on the other side and then we're done with the knee, unless I can remember another one that I don't want to leave out. Here I go. I go straight down and up. Palm down. Palm up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. 2 more. Down. And up. Good work. Now we're going to get down on the mat. Did you get down safely? I hope so. Anyway, I'm going to get myself into that table position. You know what that looks like. Hands below my shoulders. Knees below my hips. And just relax here in an ordinary neutral position. Nothing hurts, and everything's just perfect. The best I can be in terms of perfect. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to arch my back and suck my belly button up and try to make my back round like a cat. And then I'm going to lower my belly button down to the ground, push my hips back, and look up like a cow or a camel. Back into the cat. My back is really round, my hips are forward. And then my hips go back, belly button goes down, and I look up. My arms are straight the whole time. Good. Now in neutral here, I'm just going to take one arm and reach way out with it. And when I lift that arm up, remember, my shoulder comes up on this side. I want to keep my back flat, so I have to rotate down a little bit. The other one. So when you reach up, rotate the arm down, the shoulder down a little bit. Keep the arm straight. Take one leg, straighten it out, put your toe on the ground. Lower the hip a little bit on that side. Other leg, straight, toe. Throughout the whole thing, you want to keep your back as flat as possible. If you put a little cup of water on there in a saucer and it spills, it isn't flat. Good. Now, right arm, left leg. Think about the water in the cup on your back. Left arm, right leg, toe touching the ground. So now I'm going to take my hands and bring them forward, still shoulder width apart. And my knees are going to go wider than my hips, and I'm going to push the hips into my heels and lower my body. Straighten my feet out, push my belly button into the ground and lift my head up. They call this the cobra. They call the other position the resting child. Let's go back to the resting child. Toes come together. Hips go into heels. Toes come apart. Belly button to the ground, head up. So the Cobra Resting Child is one of my favorite all-time exercises. I'm going to lie down on my side with my arms straight out, my head on my inside of my shoulder, and my legs straight, stacked, one on top of the other. And if I look down my body, I'm in a straight line. Good. Now I'm going to lift the top leg up. Not fast. Keep it straight. If you can only go up this high, that's okay. Even a little bit, that's okay. If you can go higher than me, that's okay. What are we working? You think about it. It feels like I'm back to my hips. But what I'm really doing is working my low back, which are connected to your hips. This time, that's about 5 or 6. This time I'm going to hold it up there and push my heel back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Part 2, up on my forearm. My body's still stacked, still straight. Now to get those hips up a little bit, even for a fraction of a second, I'm going to use this hand to push down. I'm going to use the forearm to push down. I'm going to use my feet down there to push down. I'm going to get my hips up. Up. 1, 2, 3. Rest. Holy cats, I better take a big deep breath and then blow out on the way up. I need the oxygen. Work the diaphragm. Just one more. we have another side. Start off by lying right down, resting my head on the inside of my shoulder there and my upper arm. Make sure my legs are stacked. Make sure it's straight right down my body. Nothing's bent, and lift the straight leg up as high as you can go. I can feel that in my glutes. I can feel that in my hips. Just 2 more of those. Yeah, you could do 10 of these or 20. Let's go back up and hold it. And push our heel back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go 6. 6. Good. Down it comes. Position 2. Up on the forearm. Everything's still straight and stacked. So I need the forearm to push down. I need the hand to push down. Of course, the shoulders, everything's working here. And I need the bottom of my feet to get those hips up. 1, 2, 3. Kind of tricky outside here. Up again. 1, 2, 3. Just 1 more. Unless you want to do more, you can put me on pause and do a few more. Up we go. 1, 2, 3. Good work. Now I'm going to turn around, lie down. Now, if I had a cushion, I would use it. So I've got my bamboo cushion. I've got my plastic mat. I'm in my backyard. It's a beautiful, beautiful mid-October day. Good work. Bend one leg, foot flat on the ground. Other one is straight. Flex that other one at the ankle there so that you're really, really tightening up your leg. Okay? And if you can, would you put your hands underneath your low back? If you can't do that, you can stick a towel under there or just do it without anything. But I want to keep my curve in my low back curved. I don't want it pushing down into the floor. All I'm going to do when I got my straight leg tight there is lift my head off the pillow and count 3, 2, 1. It's not how high up I lift my head, it's just getting it off the pillow. Even a little tiny bit is where you want to be. We're working our lumbar spine, our low back, and this is the way you do it, folks. So keep the natural curve, keep the legs straight and tight, flex the foot down there at the end of it. This leg's bent, and your head comes off the pillow. 1, 2, 3. Up, 1, 2, 3. If you want to incorporate your core muscle, which is known as the diaphragm, that helps you get oxygen, you could take a deep breath in before you lift your head up and then blow out. Take a deep breath in. My blowout is only about a 3-second blowout, so I don't have to count. I know when my time is up. Take a deep breath in. Put the head back down. 1 more on this side. Yes, you should do at least 10. Take your time. But right now, we're going to switch legs. So the one that's straight out, the foot is flexed on the end. Everything's tight there. As tight as I can get it. Take a deep breath in. Lift your head up. We've got time for 1 more. Deep breath in. Good work. That one, you can call it the pancake. The straight leg lifted up off the pillow. But the famous back expert from the University of Waterloo, Stuart McGill, he says, imagine that this is a weigh scale and you're getting your head off the weigh scale for 3 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever you can hold it up there. before you put it back down. So let's call this the weigh scale or the pancake. Okay, here's the weigh scale or the pancake. Good. Want both legs straight out. Take your arms out from underneath your back. You still got the cushion, and then just lift one straight leg up and put it back down. And again. Put it back down. Keep it straight. And again. Put it back down. Other side, lift it up. Put it down. Lift it up. Put it down. Lift it up. Good. Bend one leg, doesn't matter which one. When you lift it up this time, just take your knees so that they're the same level. Like, don't go past your knee. And flex your foot. And bring it down. Up. Down. Try not touching the ground, but getting really close to the ground. Knee height. Almost to the ground. Knee up. With the leg almost to the ground. Good work. And if you wanted to, you could take a deep breath in, blow out, breathe in, blow out, breathe in, blow out. That's eliminating the rest of the bottom. Like, okay, I'll rest, take a breath, blow out. Rest, no. Let's take a breath in, blow out. Breathe in, blow out. Good, you got that? Other side. Straight leg, flex the foot, breath in, blow out. Knee to knee, not quite to the ground. Take your time, work the slow twitch muscle fibers. You need those for stamina, endurance. As we get older, we need all that. Breathe in, blow out. Breathe in, blow out. One more, breathe in, blow out. Got it, good. Now, both legs are coming up at the same time to the 90 degrees position. Arms are out into a T, and whichever way I push my knees, I roll, I look at the other side and keep the shoulder blade on that other side on the ground. And then I come back. So when I go over to this way, I look the other way and keep the shoulder blade touching the ground. I'm only holding it for about a 3 count again, right? Here I go. And of course you could incorporate the breath. You could go, okay, before I do the strenuous part by rolling, I'm going to take a breath in and blow out. Breathe 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 in and blow out. Good work. Put your feet down. So you can relax your arms. Why don't we put them across our chest? So we're gonna, like, protecting our vital organs in our abdomen. Just cross them over here. Good. And we'll take our leg and we'll cross it right over the other one. And then we'll lift up our hips and go 1, 2, 3. Switch. And when you're ready, lift up. 1, 2, 3. Switch. Breath in. Blow out. Notice when I take the breath in, my legs are in this position. That means my abdomen, as my lungs fill up, my abdomen can move down. My diaphragm moves down, my abdomen moves up, pushing all the organs down here. And then when I lift my legs up, I'm in a squish position. I have to blow out to make room for my legs to come in. Complicated? No, it isn't. Take a breath in. Lift and blow.
Okay, I forgot to tell you. This is one of my favorite exercises because it's working the piriformis muscle that goes from my low back into my leg through my bum. And it's really important that it gets a workout. Otherwise, that sciatic nerve that goes with it will touch it and you'll get pain. It touches it because your muscle might get inflamed just because it's not really getting a workout for whatever reason. So you want to take a breath in, blow out. One more on each side. So I call that the piriformis, and that's one of my favorite ones, but so is this next one because it's so good for your low back and lots of other body parts. I'm just in my lying on my back position with my head on my cushion there, and my legs are bent, and my heels are in close to my bum, and my legs are shoulder width apart, and I'm going to lift up my hips. But before I do that, I want to get rid of the curve in my spine, so I push down with my hips, then lift them up, and push my knees away. And my bum is squeezed, my glutes are squeezed, my quads are squeezed, my hamstrings are tight, everything's great here. And then I come back down slowly and let my low back touch the floor. And then relax. Oh, cats. Push my low back in, it's a pelvic tilt. Lift up, push away with my knees. Maybe a 3 count. Everything's tight, and as I come down, it all relaxes. My low back touches the floor, and then I relax. The curve is there, but not anymore, because I help push my low back in with a pelvic tilt. Push up my hips. Push my knees away. Tighten everything up. Hold it for a 3 count. And then slowly come down till my low back touches, and then let the curve happen. Well, why not work the arms at the same time? So as I push everything up, I'm going to lift my arms straight up overhead. And as I bring everything back down, I'm going to lower them. So push my low back in. Here I go with my arms and my hips. Up I go. 3, 2, 1, and then slowly everything comes down with intention till my low back touches, and then relax. Breath in. Here I go. Breath in. Low back, relax. Blow out, low back. Breath, here we go. Low back, up we go. Great. Can you roll on your side? Can you push yourself into that seated position? And just sit here for a sec? Not quite done. One more of my favorite workouts that involve lots of body parts. So as I'm sitting here, nice and tall, I'm going to grab the bottom of my foot and straighten that leg. Maybe hold on to my hamstrings. See if I can get my legs straight. Just for 3 seconds. Yeah, then cradle the baby's head, pull the leg in, rock the baby, just for 3 seconds. And then lift the foot up and push the baby away at the knee just for 3 seconds. Put the leg down, grab the bottom of the other foot, squeeze, straighten, hold on underneath where your hamstrings are. Everything's tight. Quads, hamstrings, calf muscle, Everything's tight. Good. I'm trying to sit up tall. Oh, that makes it even more exciting, but just for 3 seconds. Pull up, rock the baby. Push the baby away, pull up even more. Working that hip. You got that one? Let's do it one more time just so I know you got it. Bottom of my foot, I grab it where the bunion and bunionette are. Big toe, little toe, squeeze, straighten, hamstring, everything's tight. 3, 2, 1, you sit up as tall as you can. That works your low back. Good, rock the baby. Lift your foot a little bit. And then push the baby away and lift your foot even more. Whoa, that I can feel. Other side and we're done. So you can call the whole thing getting the baby ready for bed, or rock the baby, or call it the bunionette. Whatever, as long as you remember there's 3 parts to this. Lift the leg a little higher. Whoa. Not too high, no pain. It might be annoying, but no pain. Good. So I'm going to bring my heels in and grab around the outside where my shins are, below my knees, and pull them in even more and sit up tall. Yes, because I'm on my way up. Yes, I am. Here I go. Relax for a sec. Get my legs apart. My hands behind. And can I, as I lift my bum up and straighten my arms and push my knees away and look up at the sky or the ceiling. Don't touch the floor though. Let's go back up. Are you with me, or are you touching the floor because it's just too hard? If you're touching the floor and you're here and you can lift your bum up a little bit and that's where you are, that's good. And then down. Lift off the ground with the bum and down. But if you can, push the knees away, lift the hips up, and look up at the ceiling. And then slowly go back down. Because now I want you to get your hands somehow so that you can get your feet underneath your hips, like this. Can you do this? No? Way too hard? Well, then you're going to turn on your side and you're going to get up the other way. Okay? But for you people that want to try this, I want to get my heels underneath my hips. Push up on the tippy toe tops of my fingertips, right? And then I got my arm in front, the other one in front, and then slowly come up. Yay! A meditation. It's very simple. It's a little story. It involves these 3 fingers, not the baby finger or the thumb, and these 3 fingers. And I know you've probably seen it before. So let's first of all worry about the fingers, and then we'll worry about the story. So we're just going to get these fingers touching right there. Like the baby fingers and the thumbs aren't in this. They don't get to play. You don't even have to think about those. Just those 6 fingers in the middle of your hands touching. And that's position number 1. Position number 1, they're all glued together. Position number 2, just the bottom 2 are glued together. So there's 1, all of them, just the bottom for number 2, just the middle for number 3, and just the top 2 for number 4. You got that? So there's 1, just the bottom for number 2, middle for number 3, top for number 4. Number 5, they're all open. But number 6, the bottom 2 are the only 2 that are open. So 5, they're all open. 6, the bottom 2 are open. 7, the middle 2 are open. So there's 5, all open. 6, bottom 2. 7, middle 2. And the last position, 8, top 2. So there's 5, 6, 7,
8. So let's do them all. There's number 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. There's 6. There's 7. There's 8. You got that? If you don't, you can always rewind, play it again, do it again, until you've got it. So this is heaven. This is thunder, number 2. Rain, number 3. Mountain, number 4. Earth, number 5. Wind, fire, lake. Got it? Let's try it again. So they're all together for number 1. It's heaven. Thunder, rain, mountain, earth, wind, fire, lake. Once upon a time, there was a lot of horrible things happening down there on earth. So up in heaven, God said, hey, thunder, thunder, get yourself some rain. Take it and throw it down the mountaintops. And he did. And then all the water went down the mountaintops to the earth. And when that happened, the wind picked up and blew the fire into the lake. See you next time.